Hello everyone, we're back with Fate Grand Order with the Götterdämmerung chapter. Apparently this chapter is going to be pretty long, but first, important business to take care of. FO load. Here we go. Give me MP2. I'd accept Chin Shi Huang as well, or the red hair, that'd be cool. But mostly Kanzo Yu again. Come on, it would be cool on camera. It's Iceman. Anyway, yeah, I will be splitting this chapter into two probably. So this episode will only be like 2 or 3 arrows because this chapter is supposed to be very long. It's also the last very long chapter in this last belt, which is nice. Is Shio. Back in Anastasia, I think only like the ending was that long. Don't quote me on that. Here, let me move my mic a little. There. Oh, come on. Ah. Okay. We can play the game now. I'm just giving everyone, a nice dopamine fix. Before... I mean, I think we might be fighting Sigurd this time. You, who is like the spring sunshine. I mean, last chapter also had spring sunshine in the title. That could be alluding to Sigurd. Because last time we woke Brynhild up. And anyway, yeah, 2 of the Valkyries are dead. It's been like a day or 2 since I last recorded. Yeah, I thought about it last night, but I just finished raiding and I was tired and I was like, okay, I can just sleep. I'm assuming we might be... Oh! Peperoncino. Getting enough sleep, honey? You'll be in no position to lecture Canuck if you aren't taking good care of yourself, I don't know how to talk. Like, do I do my Goda voice? I feel like just doing the Goda voice is perfect for Peperoncino. I always knew you're diligent and efficient, but I didn't have you figured out for the sort to keep things bottled up. I just remember this one time I voiced Goda back in Umineko when I was reading with my friend. It was perfect. Be honest, have you looked in a mirror lately? I have to find that voice again. You might not have any bags under your eyes. You look healthy enough, but you seem completely listless. Anything on your mind, honey? I'm here to listen if you need to vent for a bit. Or just make him sound like a JoJo's character. How do JoJo's characters talk? Pepe still doesn't know about Yasha. Oh! They don't know yet. I don't think there's any way I'd be able to hide it from him if I started talking. I do think, are we gonna get an Obsidian Round Table episode? Because I thought, we got... I thought we'd be getting those, at least once per Lost Belt. I assume we'll get one in Lost Belt 3, and, Katak will be there, be like, yo. But... maybe not this time. I'm fine. No need to worry about me. Oh, they could put it in the prologue even. That makes sense, I guess. I don't have time to talk right now, in any case. But thanks anyway, Pepe. It's nice of you to call me. Oh, don't you worry about it, honey. I was the one missing you, It's nothing but stuffy men around here, so you're a breath of fresh air. I don't have that video saved, or I'd 100% play it right now. I really should say, though, your perfect night is a little bit of a disappointment. He's obviously not doing your mental health any favors. Yes, I suppose that's true. I remember when I wanted to do the Goda voice, I just wanted to try talking like a goblin, but I don't know what goblins sound like. He is why I've been so worried, but... How are things with your Lost Belt, King? Yoshi's nice, as those sorts go. Yeah, she is. Queen scatach-skadi protects the people left in Scandinavia in her own godly way. But it is the way of one who is absolute in all things. She talks of love, but her version of it is so great that I can't even fathom it. I see. Koyanska isn't exactly dependable when it comes to these sorts of things. Okay then, I need to say this. I know I might be the last person you want to hear this from, but your last boat's tree is impressive. I mean, it's already spitting out seeds. Only because this last boat's soil happened to be rich. I can't take any credit. Besides, they all withered away. If only I managed to keep a tiny sample, then I could have had something to report to Lord Kirstaria. No more pouting. Chin up, honey. The fact that you got any seeds at all proves that your tree is growing well. And that means you have a great relationship with your lost boats king. You're doing great, Ophelia. What a nice guy. Thank you. I actually have no idea about this guy personality-wise. This is separate from the whole cryptor deal, but I'm gonna give you some advice. Go easy on yourself. Huh? I don't mean as a mage, I mean as a woman. You may not like wearing makeup, but a little come on, hey! But a little foundation wouldn't kill you. Your skin might be smooth and blemish-free now, but do you really think that'll last with all the stress you've been putting yourself under? You got a lovely face, honey. Don't hide it by always staring at the ground. Besides, don't you want to look your best for Woldheim? Everyone has been mildly sexist to Ophelia so far. Yes, I do. I can't put anything past you, can I? Like before, you know, that, I wouldn't, I'd call that remark sexist, but past remarks I think you could slide by. Like, they talked about Ophelia in the context as a woman before, but I was like, I mean, they're talking about her in relationship with Kirstaria, so I mean, I guess that makes sense because, you know, she's romantically interested, so, you know, I guess, but, I mean, come on, Pepe. She can look how she wants to look. Just call it like I see it. Still have a long way to go myself. Also, like, Pepe 100% wears makeup, right? They have no business intruding so much on your secrets. However much you just love it. I can't tell with the hologram, but I'm pretty sure he does. Anyway, I'd better go. Besides, I'm worried about our dear Kadok. It'd be nice if I could get in touch with Yasha, but he just refuses to answer my calls. Oh well, if I can't get in touch with him now that Chaldea showed up there, guess it's kind of an answer on its own. So Brynhild is finally awakened. So much for all that work to keep her a secret. Hello, Warngad. You again. What do you want? Are you here to scold me? You're saying I should have killed her when I had the chance? I tried. Believe me, I really tried. But I just couldn't do it. I knew she died once, when her love went unrequited. That's why I just couldn't bring myself to kill her. It's not because I saw myself in her. I'm not so narcissistic as to compare myself to a legendary Valkyrie. I just thought I could never do what she did. I flinched instinctively. Brynhild is stronger than I'll ever be. Everything about her, the way she lived her life. How could I ever kill someone like that? Especially by using the demonic sword of the man she loved. Not that she didn't say, using the man she loved. So, is it just not Sigurd? Like, someone possessing his body? I just couldn't do it. Then the queen decided to love her, which meant she had to be kept alive. So talking to yourself again? I Sigurd. See, being a cryptor doesn't keep you from feeling lonely at night. You really are a woman, aren't you, Ophelia? See? Stuff like that. Shut up. Heh, what are you glaring at me for? Isn't there someone else you should be trying to get rid of? Me, I can't wait to see what happens next. Be quiet and go away. I don't recall ordering you to leave your spirit form. You did hear the news, right? Didn't take long for Thrud and Hill to get themselves killed. It's only a matter of time until Brynhild and Chaldea show up here again. Can't wait. Let's see, to put it in terms you'd understand, Master. Sunday is close at hand. Ah, what a feeling. I did try looking up the etymology of days, but I don't really get it. Sunday. No, please go away. You can't come here. Stay away, Mashu. Oh, I thought you were talking about Sunday. Lord Kirstaria. Gold! Hi, Ortland. Commander Ortland, returning to base. Ortland? The three of us commanders decided to engage the enemy alone. We were defeated. We lost over half of our 100 mass-produced units. Commanders Thrud and Hild were killed. The units returned to the castle's underground hangar. Thrud and Hild both disappeared after their deaths. My sisters and I underestimated our enemy's capabilities. It seems that the Chaldean remnant's power... What, a helicopter? I hear a helicopter outside. Power and resources are sufficient to eliminate us now that Brynhild has awakened and joined them. And then again, it almost seemed to me as if Thrud and Hild wanted our sister to destroy them. Wait, Lynn. You're crying. No? Oh, don't play the sad music, that sounds like it's from Nier. No, I'm not. Thrud and Hild couldn't possibly have fought just to die. They were both genuinely trying to kill her. They used their full power in the attempt, but were still defeated. I should be proud that they each died a warrior's death, and yet, for some reason, water keeps dripping from my eyes, Ophelia. You can't play that card. That's illegal. It's not completely inexplicable. I am, after all, a little broken myself. You can never be like a mass-produced unit. Can understand why they did that, at least somewhat. We were moved to choose how we would die, even though we weren't given the order to do so. That's how much we love our sister. I see. So even you, or rather all Valkyries, can't help but cling to the ones you love. End of chapter. Okay. Oh yeah, we're with the Shadow Border now, right? I just remembered that. You can see the, you know, more giants from the looks of it. Needle Chris, do your thing. Oh yeah, that's farming QP. Only under a few levels, but it's better than nothing. She was at that part of her curve where like she got 5 levels and got like 50 stat boost. Let's bring that out. What's your bond at? 1. Okay. You can't actually read most of her profile until, yeah, Lost Belt 3's done, which makes sense. Okay, I do know a little bit about Lost Belt 3. I lied last time. I think I said that. I know about her. That is it. I think. There might be more stuff I don't, but I don't remember. Well, I know about the prologue, I guess. I know... oh, I also know it brings us to Lost Belt 3. We'll get that in due time. Well, you'll understand that. Alright, so... I trust you all understand why I ordered you to make your report before going to rest. But to be clear, we're still in a state of emergency. Without the Paper Moon, we can't hope to escape this Lost Belt, since we needed to navigate void space. So I want you to understand that it was incredibly difficult for me to order you to write a report after you were so exhausted from working so hard over the past week. You couldn't just say the report. Take your sweet time getting to the point. Anyway, great work, you two. Fo. Thank you, Mr. French Cooking Boy. But it's okay. We thought it was important that we write up a report. Right, Senpai? Okay, I was both of these. Yeah, I did like to get it out early. I thought as much. Like 90% of the time back in school, I'd get my homework done in class. But the other 10% of the time, I'd just delay it off for the last second. Yep, well done with the report. I already looked it over. Bottom line, you two did great. Way better than I was expecting. For one thing, you recruited not one, but 2 heroic spirits to our side. First, Napoleon Bonaparte, Emperor of France. That's me. It's a pleasure to meet you in person, tiny mademoiselle. Well. You too, Your Imperial Majesty. Then we have... Hello, everyone. It's nice to meet all of you. Sorry it took me so long to introduce myself. I'm Brynhild, a heroic spirit from proper human history. I'm happy to lend you my strength. Did you say Brynhild? Then, you must be the Valkyrie who killed Sigurd. I am. Oh, technical advisor. Say victory is as good as ours now, wouldn't you? Perhaps we'll even get to see Brynhild's legendary reenacted before our eyes. Legend reenacted. I mean, I don't know. I don't like to count my chickens before they've hatched. Besides, Sigurd isn't our only enemy here. You also got to contend with this last boat's king, scatach-skadi. And these Koyanska, who showed up here as well, plus that other crypter, Ophelia. I'd say that out of those three, it's pretty clear who the biggest challenge will be. Scatach-skadi. She's an actual goddess here. Yep, she's the unquestioned ruler here, even more dangerous than Sigurd. I'm still amazed that her magical energy made every flake of stone in this world. Unfortunately, that means she knows what we're up to. I think I can hide us from her while we're stationary, but she's bound to notice when we get moving. She might not treat us like enemies now, but if we do make an enemy of her, there'll be nowhere to hide. In which case there'll be no surprising the opposition or making any sort of escape. Right now I'm just hoping it doesn't come to that. We have no way of being sure it won't. There's no telling how she might respond once she learns we mean to eventually cut down the tree of emptiness. I guess so. She might even decide to attack us on the spot. Still, but Goddess said we shouldn't leave the tree for later. Guess we shouldn't ignore her. You there, girl. You swore you obtained this information from a goddess. Yes, this girl was an amalgamation of 3 different divine spirits. Then, you're absolutely sure she was? Yes. That's the consensus of multiple divine spirits. We definitely can't ignore it. Very well then. Seems we have no choice but to make cutting down the tree of emptiness a top priority. As of now, that is just as important as luring at Sigurd and taking back the paper moon. I think you're right. Looks like the tree of emptiness is more dangerous than we originally thought. Or I mean, we could just do Lost Belt 2, but it's like Lost Belt like 5.7. Still, that doesn't mean we should be reckless about making an enemy of scatach-skadi. As I recall, Horsey said she stopped Sigurd and the Valkyries from killing you. That seems to be an excellent sign that we can reason with her. If push comes to shove, we can always dazzle her with my exquisite charm and oratory skills. Yeah, might well end up coming to that. Oh god, we're dead then. Just based on what you've told us. I get the sense that scatach-skadi is trying to determine who's in the right. Us or the cryptors. I mean, if she wasn't, I'm pretty sure the Shadow Border would have been buried under an avalanche by now. And that'd make our current enemy, Ophelia. Our most pressing foe right now is the traitorous cryptors, particularly Ophelia, as well as her servant. Indeed, right now we need to take on Sigurd with the team we've gathered. Brynhild's noble phantasm was made when she killed Sigurd, so it should be up to the task again. Yes, by my spirit and soul, I promise I'll bring Sigurd to heal. Don't forget about me. Stop being confused about this. As far as I'm concerned, you're all part of my new grand army. If you're looking to win, I'm the man for the job. As they say, victory lies ahead. Oh, I definitely have high hopes for you, though I don't know about this new grand army twaddle. Twaddle? Is that a word? To be clear, I have high hopes for your potential as well, particularly that trump card you said you attained when you materialized. Trump card? Am I forgetting something? Actually, I was hoping you'd be so good as to tell us what it is already. Sorry, no can do. It goes against everything a secret weapon of last resort stands for. I'm assuming that has to do with it. Ah! Oops. Oh, what a weapon of last resort stands for. I saw the word Einsburn in there. So I can't oblige my brilliant mademoiselle. Still can't get used to this mademoiselle shelf. Yeah, like how do I even pronounce it? That's weird. Anyway, I take it this means we can also count on Divine Spirit Amalgamation to help us out? Yep. Can't promise anything at this point, but I'm fairly certain she'll join us if we make our way that far into the castle. Oh, the one in the dungeon. Let me see. Yes, here's the page. I see. Daughter of the Einsburn family, eh? This could be a stroke of luck. Awful. The Einsburns had relatively little contact with the clock tower, but my family is one of the few with some connection to them. In fact, I'll have you know our own music homunculus technique is. Why don't you save that for another time, huh? Say on our next smoke break or something? No, apocrypha lore. But I'm not a smoker. Alright, so we've got giants wandering around in every part of this land, along with at least a few dozen more mass-produced Valkyries. It's that kind of military might that normally keeps scatach-skadi's castle an impenetrable fortress. But at this point, she's still waiting to see how things play out, which means we should actually be able to get into the place. So we'd better wrap things up before she changes her mind. That's true. Based on everything we've seen so far, the Queen isn't one to go on the attack. I don't believe she would treat us as an obstacle, unlike the Valkyries. That lady's all about love. She as good as said she wasn't going to interfere. That's just the sort of woman, goddess, she is. Those mass productions will give us grief again if their commander loses it, like earlier today, but at least we shouldn't have to worry about the giants. That said, there are some real tough fire giants hanging out in there too. Still, none of that is beyond your ability to deal with. So to put it all together, we have Brynhild, with exceptional mythological affinity for one of her major foes, Napoleon Bonaparte, who excels at directing armies. And he gets the Valkyrie army, and he gets to send it after Ophelia and Sigurd. It'd be so cool. And protection from Cetonai, the Divine Spirit Amalgamation. Honestly, that gives us pretty good odds. So our goal is to take out Sigurd and reason with the Queen, killing both birds with one stone. Or at least with two stones thrown really close together. The only thing we can't really account for, much as I wish otherwise, is the Cryptor's mystic eye. Oh yeah, do you know anything about that? Oh, Brynhild again. Oh, I think I could do something about that. Oh, speaking of, is Brynhild going to heal Holmes? What's he up to? Still dead? Really? I think that might mean we're just about good to go. Bofo. Our goal is to take back the Paper Moon and learn the location of this last Tree of Emptiness. As far as locating either, we'll most likely have to capture the Cryptor again, like we did in Russia, or get the Queen to tell us herself. The latter's a tall order, but the former, not entirely impossible. If the things end up getting a bit rough, Gordy can step in with his mad charm and oratory skills. Star. Indeed, just sit back and let me take care of it. Your frozen heart won't last a minute against the sizzle of my extra crispy bacon and eggs. Is that a saying or are you literal? Oh, you mean you're not going to use Magecraft or a truth serum or something? You're real softy for a mage. It all depends on the situation. If push comes to shove, I can always have my Goth Punch to fall back on. Although I don't see someone with Mystic Eyes being all that receptive for my charms. Not to mention Tool warned me I would be the one in tears if I tried going up against a woman. Who's Tool? Tool? We can cross that bridge when we come to it. Besides, this all assumes we can beat Sigurd. Once we defeat a heroic spirit of his caliber, Ophelia might just kind of roll over. You're really relieved to hear that, aren't you, Director? Don't be ridiculous. I'm simply willing to use the plan with the greatest chance of success. Alright, so it's settled. The Shadow Border will keep heading towards the castle in Old Oslo. We'll need to stop in Torsby, since it's too dangerous to keep driving at night, but even so, we should arrive before noon tomorrow. Sorry, Mashu and Horsey. I know there's a child waiting for you in one of the villages. The less contact we have, the better. I'm sure you're well aware of this, but for them, our very existence is, well... Yeah, but like Gerda's breakfast though, we said we'd be back. I get it, I think. Yes. Turn in for the day, go to the deck after the sun sets. Is this an actual choice? No. So we're gonna turn in for the day and Maj is gonna come and be like, hey, do you wanna go up to the deck and talk for a bit? Okay, trust me, that wasn't an actual choice. You asleep? Zzz. No, I'm still up. Napoleon came here to kill us. Right on. Mind if I have a seat on your bed here? Thanks. Huh, these are nice, decent springs. Pretty nice for a soldier's barracks. I know it's not my usual style, but I just wanted to talk a bit. Would you mind listening? Zzz, I'd be glad to. Thanks. You're good. Master. I assume that's what that means. It's about the Valkyrie with those beautiful amethyst eyes. Which one? Brynhild? She's strong. really strong. You can tell she was around in the Age of Gods. We won today because of her. Using the right people for the right job is as crucial on the battlefield as it is anywhere else. Having her on our side turned out to be really effective. You saw it yourself. Even the Valkyrie commanders were afraid to face her, to say nothing of the others. That went really well for us. Losing 2 commanders makes the Valkyries that much less of a threat. But we also ended up making her kill 2 of her own sisters. And then there's, well, Sigurd. Yeah, she's the one who killed Sigurd, but it's still gotta be painful for her. She really did love him. Oh, maybe by the end she hated him too, but there's still love there. And now, well, we're asking her to kill the man she loves all over again. Effective, maybe, but it's so cruel, so heartless. Still, it looks like the sad reality is that we don't have any choice here. That's a typo. From what I hear, Brynhild used to be something of a model Valkyrie. She was an autonomous machine who would harvest hero souls and bring them back to Valhalla for Ragnarok. Apparently, the souls she and the other Valkyries gathered were supposed to serve as Odin's army. So she followed her orders and collected souls for Odin. But one day, she ended up guiding a warrior to victory who wasn't the one Odin wanted. In a rage, Odin stripped her of her divinity and imprisoned her in a fiery palace. That was when the great hero Sigurd showed up. He used his demonic sword to cut through all the divine shields around the palace and rescued Brynhild. He knew of King Gripper's prophecy that said rescuing her would lead to his own death, but that didn't stop him. It didn't take them long to fall in love after that. Brynhild taught him all sorts of things, including knowledge of secret runes. They only grew closer over time. But in the end, they were never able to be wed. Oh, I thought they did. There's another woman named Gudrun who was in love with Sigurd, hatched a plan to make him hers. And they even had a kid, right? First, Sigurd was... I mean, obviously you don't have to marry to have a kid. Wait, you don't? I thought you did, that's how it works. Sigurd was made to take a magical elixir, which erased his memories of Brynhild. After that, he was told many, many lies, leading to Brynhild's betrothal to Gunnar. Of course, Brynhild didn't want any part of that, told Gunnar she would only marry him if she managed to overcome a series of perilous trials. But then, in a particularly cruel twist of fate, Sigurd used the rune she taught him to transform into Gunnar, and completed the trials for him. And so, Brynhild ended up marrying Gunnar after all. It was the worst. Every single one of these people was the worst. Poor Brynhild. But she wasn't one to take this sort of thing lying down. Yep. So she killed them. Certain stories say she had some other man do it, but one way or another, everyone ended up dead. Even Attila the Hun. Her fury and the flames it spawned laid waste to everyone. Some stories even say she cursed the entire family to ruination. However it went down, when all was said and done, Brynhild ended up dead too, by her own hand. She's a heck of a woman. She's frightening as she is tragic. You can tell I know what I'm talking about, can't you? Haha, truth to tell, I'm just passing on what I got from my secret source. Who's your secret source? Anyway, the Valkyrie who killed Sigurd, that Gordolf guy, was definitely right on the mark about her being the one for that job. I don't think he meant anything bad by it. Brynhild's not the type to get upset about it either. Still, that you should know about this. Someone's got to take responsibility for putting her through this again. I thought you should know that what you're asking of her. I wish I could carry that responsibility for you, but I can't leave this last bout. Not to mention my prior engagement. You know, Napoleon's actually a pretty good guy, isn't he? Until he betrays us. I don't think he's gonna betray us, but you'll have to hold on to it instead. Just remember the true feeling she's keeping quiet. I know that's a lot to ask, but it's what any commander, any person giving orders must do. Okay. Thanks. I owe you one. You know, get the feeling Brynhild knew what would come to this all along. She knew what her materializing here meant. Poor thing. Can't help but feel sorry for her. If it wasn't for my prior engagement... What is this prior engagement anyway? Please, tell us. Whoops, never read that. Just forget I said anything. Zzz. Haha, thanks for staying asleep. Alright, better be on my way. The genius mademoiselle said she wanted to look over my cannon, so I'd better not keep her waiting. I'm sorry. I wasn't sure if I should bring this up or not, but if I'm gonna apologize, now seems like a good time. Remember how I said I was the only hero of humanity in all of Scandinavia? Looks like I was way off the mark. Since I never saw any other servants after I materialized here, I assumed it was just me. But now that we know Sitona's here and Brynhild, I guess it's obvious I didn't know what I was talking about, so sorry about that. My source is obviously full of it. Dang it. Should have realized what I was up once he started talking about Brynhild's legend. He? How many males are like Sigurd? Who's the source of it? Should have gone to see. Sorry, can't tell you that. Promised I'd keep it a secret. Says I didn't get a good look at him. What? Oh! He was a strange guy, I can tell you that. He looked like a normal human, but he knew all about life in this last bout. It's the same person who put the bounded field up, right? He also said he was trying to find out how the earth is wiped clean. Or is it David Bluebook? Who knows? Maybe he's the one who went around strengthening those villages' bounded fields. Or is that guy David Bluebook? Ooh. Alright, see you tomorrow. Make sure you get plenty of rest. You're gonna need it for the final battle. Well, I think David Bluebook is someone else. I don't know. I don't even remember his name actually, but who's the this might be a slight spoiler, but the master of the South American Lost Bound, his first name, the katakana for it is almost or is identical to David. So I mean, there's clearly a connection there. Make sure you get plenty of rest. You're gonna need it for the final battle. Still going? Or I guess there's a battle, huh? And was that an actual choice? Like, if we went back, would we see they go up on the deck with like Da Vinci or Brynhild or someone? I mean, Brynhild makes the most sense. You're talking about it from like a personal perspective or something? Huh. We're moving at 120 kilometers per hour. The engine and drivetrain are both looking good. We're heading around the mountains, just as planned. Only 100 kilometers to go until we reach Oslo. This pace, we should get there by noon. Assuming we don't encounter any obstacles, of course. Let's pray nothing attacks us this time. You should know better than to rely on prayer. True mage is never surprised. He accounts for every possible eventuality. He deals with every bump in the road calmly and efficiently. Just look at me. You don't see me praying. Besides, has it escaped your notice that the only god to pray to here is their queen, who's been around here since the age of gods? What about Sitonai? I would pray to Sitonai. No, our only choice is to keep calm and carry on. Like the meme? Our wisdom and knowledge is all the weaponry we need. Remember back in like 2012 when you'd say like keep calm and do X and everyone would just burst out laughing like it was the funniest thing in the world? Nice, very nice. Sounded like a leader just there. Cooking Boy, our new director's doing his best to keep his chin up and his nerves down. You're not letting him down. Outdo us, are you? Good point. Thanks, Da Vinci. Feeling a lot more motivated now. That was a compliment, right? Oh well, this is all par for the course of the new mission underway. Excuse me, but are you sure this is where I should be? Wouldn't it be better for me to be outside with the others? It's nice of you to ask, Brynhild, but don't worry about it. You're the key heroic spirit in this mission. It wouldn't do for you to be out front just now. Mashu, Emperor, Horsey, can you hear me okay? I mean, do I have to be up here too? It's probably pretty cold, right? Oh! Haha, this wind is great. Let's make sure you don't get blown away, you two. Understood. Make sure you stay close behind me and my shield, Master. I should be able to block some of the wind. If that fails, we can always use our rope. We're okay, but it's really hard to talk with all this wind. I don't know how to replicate wind talking. Sorry about that. Start on a little longer. There's no telling when more mass-produced Valkyries might show up. So we need to be up there ready to respond quickly if they do. Or, you know, giants. Holmes and I did design the border to endure bombardments. There's really only so much we can do for that, you know? Are we gonna talk about Holmes at all? Oh. No? They're here already? Oh wait, that's not coming from this guy. I'm guessing Brynhild can't undo it, and when we kill Sigurd, which, I mean, obviously we're gonna kill him at some point, like the runes will be undone. Multiple large magical energy signals detected. Must be a group of giants. Yep, I see them. Looks like a real tough bunch. They're moving to cut off the border's path, too. Cooking Boy hit the emergency brakes. All hands, prepare for battle. You got it. Let's go, Private. Can I get, like, a promotion? Like, I feel like I've earned one. Yes, Master. Switching order next from standby to combat mode. Now. Go ahead and stop the border whenever you're ready. Good to go at any time. Okay. Taking a drink of water. Oh yeah, so the Christmas event was announced. Starts the 13th, which is nice. I really need all that stuff. You know, QP, XP, etc. Maybe I'll grind it a bit. Usually I just kind of use my natural AP, maybe pop an apple or two. But right now I'm kind of in a situation where A, I do want to play Grand Order, and B, I need the stuff. Whenever I start recording Grand Order, it makes me want to play it more. That might be part of why I've been so burnt out on the Japanese server for so long. Yeah, like when NA came out, the Japanese server was still my main, like, the main game for me of the two. But yeah, probably around the time Camelot came out is when I started to focus more on NA. He's like doing dailies on both is kind of a drag. I always make sure to log in, but just logging in isn't the same as playing, you know? Probably won't be able to get 3 off, but you know, that's how it is. We live in a scatty-less world. God, Caster Artoria can't come out soon enough. Oh! It didn't kill itself. It's very good, actually. Gonna get into like 50-ish? Not quite. If you got one more, well, I don't know what we have left, but I don't think we have enough to get one out. Oh, yes, we do if we have the right Mystic Code on. Please be Majors Association. I didn't check. Ooh, that's why this one is the best. Gives you 2% Noble Phantasm. Technically 1%. Because I think if you get like 99.01% Noble Phantasm, it calculates it in the hundredths, by the way. Then it automatically goes up to 100. So it's possible to end up at 99, but that's very rare. You'd have to be exactly 99. Although I guess for some servants that might not be rare, because like they all have their own like NP gain percentage. I don't understand how any of that works. I just understand that it's there. Through that. Yeah, oh yeah, Sephiroth got announced for Smash Brothers. Gotta be honest, like I've been wanting another Final Fantasy game, but I wanted BB. So, you know, not a 7 character because I haven't played 7, so it's just like, oh yeah, cool. Like Tidus would have been cool, even if 10 is like, you know, I have mixed feelings about that one. Like Sephiroth's definitely iconic enough though. I see what they have to do. Like 7, like popularity wise, is like way above the other games, isn't it? I see they've still not yet learned their lesson. I do not regret deciding to love them, but I admit I did not expect them to be so tenacious. But I'll accept that part of them as well, and love them just the same. You know, I love this unconditional love Skadi has for us. It's very nice of her. Ah, my human children, my heroic spirits of humanity. What a sorry sight you make. You seem to have confused stubbornness with persistence. Are you sure about this, Your Majesty? They've been causing all sorts of trouble near your last bout. Are you really not going to punish them, even after they destroyed dozens of your precious envoys? Divine punishment is death. It's not something to be doled out lightly. Death eventually comes to all who live, so there's no need for me to help it along. Wish only to grant mercy and love. Having said that, all the envoys did go into that battle of their own accord. The Chaldeans were overly bold. Perhaps I let them get away with too much. They tried to enter my castle while riding that wave of success. I'm afraid that may lead to their deaths this time. How deplorable. The knight and the crypto are both eager to fight them, it seems. Are they still out on the bridge? Last I checked, looks like they're both planning to meet our interlopers head on. If it were me, I'd be cutting off their escape first, especially since there's only one way in or out. But I suppose men who are convinced nobody can ever beat them don't believe in little tricks like that. You mean the demonic sword? I will say, this does bring back memories. Graham was once Odin's sword, as bright and powerful as the sun itself. Sigmund won it after overcoming Odin's test, passed it on to his son. It is both ancient and newly reborn. With that at his command, Sigurd is powerful indeed. Powerful enough to compel even me to keep an eye on him. I do not think there's any human in all of Scandinavia capable of defeating him. Former goddess Demigod, one of Odin's daughters. Brynhild may have once been the greatest Valkyrie in all of Norse lands, but not even she can defeat Sigurd. She's done it once, she'll do it again. Yes, certainly hope that proves to be true. I think we'll call it that. I mean, yeah, 40 minutes. I'm expecting this chapter to take about 90 minutes for me. So that's a good place to call it. I figure next time we're going to start fighting, right? Can't actually tell. But we're at the castle, so it's a safe assumption. So yeah, thanks for watching, everyone. I think we're moving to the climax now. I don't remember exactly how many chapters there are, but we're definitely in like the last third of the last bout, I'd say by now. Probably. I mean, there's like 17 or 18 chapters, and this is the last long one, so yeah, we've got to be. Anyways, I'll see you guys next time for some more bigger in order. Wait, hold on. Do we have... Ah, dang it. Roger, can you just... Oh, I should have put Lancer in. Dang it. Anyways, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.